of a market center. On this side, we show market center leadership, team leader, assistant team leader, and so forth. So like it's kind of separated out into two sides, so to speak. And from the market center side, there's a lot of different things, opportunities. People don't understand that being a mega agent and then building an expansion team is an opportunity. Having profit share is an opportunity. Okay. Becoming a MAP coach is an opportunity. As Rick said, becoming involved in the training is an opportunity. Being on the leadership council is an opportunity. Then some of you had, talked about being possibly a market center operating partner. That certainly is an opportunity to own a franchise, and then, to expand, to have a property management company, to have a mortgage company, to have a title company. Those are all opportunities. So on the market center side, on the agent side, I would say that's probably opportunities here where we'll talk about some of those things. On this side, this is where we have more the market center leadership side of opportunities. To be a market center investor, to be a mortgage company investor, to be a title company investor, after a market center is launched, to become a market center, from the leadership side, to become a productivity coach, a possible regional director, operating partner of a KWRI regional. These are probably non-existent, to be perfectly honest with you. But it's an outside possibility at some point for somebody if they were to move into a regional director role and then possibly be an operating partner. That is something that could be approachable, but there's definitely a longer path to that. Ashley, are you recording?
Yes, I am.
Okay, very good. All right. So let's kind of start here with earning the right to have an opportunity. Be a leader now, not when you're ready. A lot of times people come knocking on my door and they say they've been with the company for 5-10 years, and they say, well, I want to be an OP, or I want to be a team leader, or I want to be a market center investor, or I want to, have opportunities. And I say, well, that's great. Here are some of the things that we need to see that you've done, because it's not when you're ready. You're a leader when you're a leader, so to speak. In other words, it's showing up all the time. It's already have been going to some of these things or doing some of the things that I'm talking about. So when the opportunity presents itself, you need to have already been kind of working your way up to this. It's not because you're ready. It's because you've kind of earned the right to have that opportunity. So if somebody were to come up to me today and say, hey, I want to be an OP, and I say, great, I haven't seen you at any of my classes. They go, I know, but I'm going to start now. And I go, awesome. And they say, I say, well, I haven't seen you at career visioning. I know, but I'm going to start taking those classes now. Well, I guess what I'm saying is that's not particularly what we look for. We look for people who have a track record of engagement, of being a leader in the company, and earning that right for you to have an opportunity when that opportunity becomes available. So some of the things that we want you to kind of concentrate on is being an influencer in your area, inside and outside of your market area, or inside and outside of your market center, a cultural role model, that you're constantly coming from contribution, not scarcity, that you're accountable, that you're not a victim, you don't find excuses for things, that you face reality, that you are mastering the leverage series, which would be career visioning, 30, 60, 90, and success through others. So, we look for operating principals who generally have built a mega team or are involved with having a team, or people who have influence. It's very difficult to come in and be an operating principal if you can't attract talent. Honestly, it's not just about buying a franchise. It's about, you need to be an influencer, because we don't sell franchises, we award them, and we award franchises to people that have the ability to be able to have the influence to go out and find the right people to be in business with. That you teach areas of command in all the applets. I'll just be really honest with you right now. If command is not something that you're passionate about, building your business through command, you will probably not be a great candidate for anyone to have opportunities within this company, because command is what is driving our company. That you have a GPS, that your 411, that you've mastered and attended and trained the 6 personal perspectives, that you attend, implement, ignite on a consistent basis, or 36-12-3, and then buyer and seller mastery. So we want to make sure that you're either attending or implementing and know how to teach those and use them. That you read and use the MREA, Millionaire Real Estate Agent, the one thing, the shift book, that you master the MREA models and you hold consulting appointments. Not so if you're an agent that you're holding consulting appointments with your staff. If you're a leader in a market center, that you're holding appointments with your staff regarding the MREA models. That you're running a P&L for your business. That you have served or in the capacity of serving as an ALC member if you're an agent and you're leading committees. That you know and are passionate about our KW tools and systems, that you refer agents to a team leader to have a profit share tree. If we have people coming to us looking for opportunities and they don't have a profit share tree, probably not somebody that's going to get a very big opportunity because they haven't demonstrated that they have the influence to get people to join Keller Williams. We would highly encourage you to be in MAPS coaching. That you support and be a leader in your region, that you do come to our trainings, that, so many times I hear, well, I've taken that course once. Okay, well, that's not being a learning-based individual. You might have taken it once, but have you taken it again and again and again and again and again so you can get to mastery and to the point that you can actually teach that course? That you attend Train the Trainer and that you become KW certified trainer. That you support regional and KW events, plus attendance from recruits, so that you are going to bowl, that you are attending mega camp, that you are going to family reunion, the key events for retaining and recruiting, and that you work to lead agents to KW events, that you attend FSO, digital when available. We're just teaching that now. We just finished the second day of that today, actually. Rick, I think you were on FSO today. And then you complete all the required training for the position and be learning based. So anybody have any questions on those? Does this resonate with anyone? What are your thoughts on these expectations that I'm putting in front of you about this? Anybody have any questions or comments or anything you want to share? We got a small group, so you can just go off mute and tell me.
Yeah, what came to my mind, we've always heard grow where you're planted, right? When you think about it, I've got a vegetable in a cup. If it grows, it's gonna outgrow the cup. I've got to get it to bigger. If it doesn't. So that's one thing there that oftentimes, and I was guilty of this, is I hadn't outgrown my current role. And it was reminded of go grow where you're planted, and then someone will replant you. So that's one. And then the other one that I've always kept in the back of my mind was we're always looking to build our bench as we're building a team. And this is me going, whose bench am I on? Yeah. And so if we're not showing up and doing these things, and I'm not on your bench or Lori's bench or Rich's or whomever's bench, then why would I expect to skip over whoever has been putting in the time?
Yeah, we don't hand out opportunities. We provide opportunities for people that are looking for them. So like, I'm not going to come knocking on somebody's door and say, hey, do you want an opportunity? I will see people who I'm in relationship with, or people who are what I mean by that is they may be in my circle of influence, or you may email me and say, hey, I'm looking for an opportunity. I'm going to say, great, what are you looking for? But then I might say, awesome. Demonstrate to me that you've earned the right for these opportunities. Okay. It's not just something that we give to you. The other thing is that we support it. Sometimes we have people that say, well, I've done, I want this. And I say, okay, great. The other day, or this wasn't the other day, that's a fib. It was a while back actually, that I had somebody come to me and they wanted to launch a franchise. This was actually I was talking about it the other day, but this was actually like 2 or 3 years ago. And I said, great, I have an opportunity over in this area. Well, no, I want it to be in the area where I live in. I go, I don't have an opportunity there. Oh, well, guys, I was a team leader in Little Rock. I launched a market center I was a team leader in Plano, Texas. I launched a franchise in Little Rock, and I'm a regional director in Florida. I went where the opportunities were, not necessarily where I lived. So sometimes the opportunities are going to be there, and you have to be willing to do what it takes to be able to have that opportunity. So let's continue on, and we're going to be actually now looking at this side of the market center. And what I've discovered is that for a mega agent has plenty of opportunities to be able to provide to agents as well. So, Rick, when you're talking about opportunities, you are somebody that's building a team, you're going to have opportunities for others, or anybody else on this call that's building a team. You are actually you are actually owners of a business that can provide opportunities to others. Okay, so let's talk about that. The 7 levels of the organizational model. It starts off as an agent here with an agent, and it says agent, and then it says agent and assistant, and then it says a career path that you can become a manager, you can be an agent with a couple of assistants. So you can kind of go down a leadership management path with this, or you can kind of go down an agent path with this. So let's talk about the agent path. So as you start off building your team, there's you. And then as your team continues to grow, there's you and your admin. Now you notice these go vertical. And the reason they go vertical, and as we continue to grow, it continues to grow vertical, is because you're not going wide. So you have more people reporting to you. You're going vertical. So this person is now reporting to this person that reports here. If you had it in a different way, you would have another line here where you would have the transaction coordinator reporting to you, but that's not the object. The object is to be able to grow the talent around you. Okay. And so now as we move here, now we've got a different model that we're doing. We still have this vertical line here, but now what we've done, we've expanded our business. So this is you who is a buyer working with buyers and sellers. You're having this person, your OSA or your ISA, outside sales agent or inside sales agent, that's actually doing your lead management and possibly some converting. But over here, you've hired yourself a showing assistant. So instead of having your first buyer's agent, you actually are having a showing assistant. So you're paying less money for this person, but over here, you're cultivating more leads. So opportunity, 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 opportunity. Okay, these are all areas of opportunity for agents within your company. It doesn't mean that you're going to be, we have opportunities in all levels. It doesn't mean that it's big opportunities. It could mean opportunities that are big for people that are looking for opportunity, okay? Now, as we continue, look at here. Now what we've done is one of those people turned into the lead admin. And so now these two, transaction coordinator and this listing manager, actually report to this lead admin. We now have this OSA ISA that this was probably the OSA ISA that now hired a replacement for that person. So you see we got a vertical line going there. And then you see over here, you got a lead buyer's agent. Well, we took this agent, you as the agent that just had a showing assistant. Now we went out and got a lead buyer's agent. That lead buyer's agent has 2 showing assistants. Opportunities, opportunities, opportunities. These are all opportunities. But you also notice you're only responsible for 3 people here. Only 3 people are reporting to you. Now, you see, as we continue to grow, it gets bigger, and you still see that only 3 people are reporting to you. And now it's growing. This is the 5th level, okay? This is, again, only 3 people, well, actually 4 people are reporting to you because now we put in a listing agent over here. So now you're working more on the business than in the business because you replaced yourself with a listing agent. Opportunities again, okay? Again, you can see here, lead manager, all these people that started off in these smaller roles have all moved up to opportunity roles to be able to build a business. And if you notice here, this role now has become director of operations, whereas before it was lead admin, okay? So here we've added a listing assistant, a listing agent. And now on the 6th level, now you see there's another person that we've added, an expansion agent, but we've actually taken the lead buyer's agent and the listing agent, and we have converted one of those people probably into a director of sales. Now you have a buyer's agent, a listing agent, 2 showing assistants, your 2 outbound inbound sales associates, your director of lead generation, and now you're moving and you're starting to expand. Again, huge opportunity for somebody right here. Now, again, you're working on your business instead of in your business. And now here you see that you've expanded your business, okay? And so this is another arm that's moving out here. But again, you only have 1, 2, 3, 4 people that are working for you, that are reporting to you. Everybody else is reporting to these people that are reporting to yourself. tons of opportunities here. And we notice we've hired another outbound sales associate there. And then here you're moving into your 7th level, where you can see here the expansion has grown. So now you've actually replaced yourself. So now you now replaced yourself with the CEO. And so now you've got this other level here. You only have one person reporting to you. These 4 people are reporting to the CEO. And by the way, that CEO could have been this person. It probably could have been the director of sales. It probably could have been one of these people. I doubt if it would have been this person over here, but you've got 2 people here that probably moved up into the CEO role. But I want you to look at the opportunities. And this is what I think is so important. All these expansion agents here, this is all opportunities for people that you guys are coming in touch with every day. So every day as a mega agent owner of a team, you are creating opportunities for others to be able to follow. So I think that this is really important because I don't think sometimes that the mega agent understands that you are an opportunity magnet for people that are looking for, opportunities. And sometimes these people, this person here, this person here, this person here, these could all become team leaders possibly. They could all, this person here or this person here could have become the director of expansion. There's all types of opportunities if you're finding the right behavioral fit as you're growing your company. So we've kind of covered what the mega agent looks like and the opportunities within the market center. Don't forget that there's opportunities serving on the Agent Leadership Council. Okay, when you have a mega team, that's where in many cases we're looking for some of our operating principles because they've demonstrated that they can go out and attract talent, that they can build a business. And in most cases, we look for people that are that have had a mega agent office. Not always. Sometimes it's not. But in most cases, we find some of our market center operating partners from there. And then again, anybody that's had a mega agent or building a team, or even if it's just a smaller team, all of these opportunities become available to them as well, in particular profit share. So let's move into what a market center business looks like. We're moving on to the other side now. So we're moving over to this side, which is more the market center side. And so when a market center is launched, we have an operating principal, we have the team leader, and market center administrator, and assistant administrator. Market center administrator, we have productivity coaches, assistant team leaders, directors of first impressions, our agent services. We have market center tech trainers. And then of course we have our ALC and the associates, okay? So when we launch a market center, we generally will start off with somebody that will be an operating principal. Right now, we're probably not launching as many new market centers as we have in the past. However, I think in the next year, 2 to 3 years, there's probably going to be opportunities that become available for people that want to buy market centers. I will say it's probably anywhere from if it's a profitable market center, you're probably looking anywhere from $1 million to $2.5 million to be able to purchase a market center at this point, depending upon the profitability of a market center. Your shares are going to be somewhere in the vicinity of, I don't know, anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 a share, somewhere along those lines. I'm not making any kind of a statement. I'm just kind of giving you ballpark estimates of for some of you that are interested in investing or buying market centers, that if you've got a profitable market center, the ones that we see are probably in that area, and they could be $3 or $4 or $5 million, and it could be $50,000 a share. It's just going to vary depending upon where the area is and how profitable the market center is. That's why I find it interesting on investors, because you can actually be an investor with zero money, and build your profit share. Because Rick, you may get distributions, but just because you're an investor does not necessarily mean that you get distributions every month. With profit sharing, is provided the market center is profitable, you will get a profit sharing check. Just because a market center is profitable does not necessarily mean that you will get a distribution check from the profits of the market center, because if the OP has to keep the capital or raise capital in the account or build their
reserves up, build the reserves, but you will get taxed on it. I learned that.
Yeah, you get taxed on the profit.
Yeah, versus not distribution. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because distribution is different than profit.
Yep.
A lot of people think that because the market center is profitable, that there's going to be distribution. That's not necessarily the case. You've earned profit. You just may not have been made a distribution. When I launched my market center in Little Rock, I didn't distribute for 3 years because we were building up our cash reserves.
Similar for Gainesville. It took about 13 months to distribute in Gainesville.
Right, right. So don't think that just because you're an investor that you're going to get money. But however, if the market center was profitable, you could still get profit share. So anyway, we start off with somebody that's generally interested in launching, or somebody that might come to me and say, I'm interested in buying a market center, something along those lines. And then we get a group of people together. And then from that group, we generally find an operating principal. We find investors or just core members that are not necessarily investors. From that group, we'll find a team leader, or that group will go out and find a team leader, an MCA, a productivity coach. And then as you see here, it continues to grow. So we don't ever, when I say we don't sell franchises, we don't sell franchises, we award franchises, because before anybody can come in, if there was an opportunity to buy a franchise, you would need to be able to go out and attract minimum of 40 people to be able to launch it. And those 40 people would then come and incubate out of another market center until you got the approval for your franchise. The reason we do that is because all other real estate companies, or many other real estate companies, will say, you want to buy a franchise? Here's a bag full of money. Here's your franchise. Go grow it. And Keller Williams doesn't do it. We say, go grow it first. And once we see that you have the ability to attract the talent and the people, then we will let you have the franchise. That's why we say it's really, really important for people that either want to be an OP or that want to start a franchise, is that you have to have the influence in the area to be able to attract the agents to the market center, or to be able to attract the leadership to attract agents to that office. Because if you don't have the ability to do that in the launch, you won't have the ability to do it after you've been approved, and therefore we will not approve franchises. So any franchise that's been approved, it's always been on the basis that the operating principal was able to attract talent to that particular office. So 4 things that operating principals do is they bring the vision in working in correlation with the investor group. Oops, they bring the vision. The capital, it's really not 150 anymore. It's probably anywhere from 250 to 400, $500,000 that we require as capital to be able to brought in. The franchise itself is only about $38,000, but we require a minimum of, depending on where the franchise is located, anywhere from 250 to probably $500,000 of capital in a reserve account in order to be able to launch. You're going to bring the accountability to the leadership team to make sure that all the leadership are doing all the things that they need to do to have a successful franchise, and then making sure that all of our value tools and our models and systems are implemented into the market center. In the old days, or things are getting a little bit different with operating principals. A lot of people see operating principals maybe not hanging out, maybe not around as much. That role is changing. The operating principal definitely needs to be a part of the leadership team and working in that market center on a day-to-day basis, because with the 4th industrial revolution, with our technology and everything that's happening in this industry today, you really need to be in the game. This isn't where I'm going to own a market center and let everybody else run it. This is where the operating principal really needs to be engaged on a day-to-day basis with their leadership team. And so the other areas of opportunity besides an operating principal would be a team leader. And so the ideal team leader candidates, we look for people that are aggressive, highly social, they have the behavioral vitality, they've got the right appearance and leadership persuasiveness. Real estate knowledge is important, but not required. Past track record of success, high integrity, servant leadership spirit, all of those things are really important as we're looking for a team leader. And what your job is that you're implementing the operating principal's vision and the vision of Keller Williams, which is to grow the market center by recruiting top talent, along with growing the profit share of the agents. So those go hand in hand with each other. That you lead your market center by leveraging your staff. You make sure that all the tools are available to achieve the goals. This is why it's important to have mastered the MREA book, because you're consulting the top 20% of your associates that you lead the development of associates through leverage. You get dominant market share, which would be about 25%. We're looking for each market center to have at least 25% of their market area. And you build it to acceptable profitability. And again, I'm saying this leverages staff because it's not the team leader's job to do everything. It is the team leader's job to make sure that everything gets done. But another opportunity we have in a leadership role in the market center is the market center administrator, which is also known as the MCA. And generally these duties are full charge bookkeeper. They need to pass an assessment test. They need to fit the KPA profile, have computer skills and so forth. It's really like a director of operations as well. So they need to have a good skill set on being able to administer and being able to run a business. They are second to the team leader in the market center. And what we look for here is implementing and driving the value systems. So like I said, it's the team leader's job to make sure everything gets done. It's the MCA's job to make sure that the value systems are implemented in the market center at a high level. They will consult the 80% associates to increase productivity and retention. You know, they do the generalized bookkeeping and accounting services, you know, purchasing, administrative skills in the market center. As it says, they assist the team leader in growing the market center and supervise the staff. And most importantly, they transmit every month on time. And an assistant MCA is another opportunity. I don't have it on this PowerPoint, but an assistant MCA is another opportunity within the organization. And what they would be is they would be the assistant to the administrator. So the MCA would be handing off pieces of their job, perhaps, over to the MCA to make sure that as the role gets bigger, then the assistant MCA is just assisting the MCA in their role. All right, another opportunity is our productivity coach. And this one's becoming very big because we're looking to grow dependent models into our market center. So this productivity coach role is becoming a very, very important role. And it's a recognized leader with high integrity and a track record of business success. Team player, problem solver, learning-based, great communicator, all of those things. And what they will do is they will increase the productivity of non-capping associates to cappers. They're going to get 25% of the associates in the program to achieve capper status. That would be the ideal. 50% of all the associates productive each month. So, I mean, if you've got a really, really great productivity program in your market center, you should be seeing that your market center productivity is achieving at least at 50%. That they would hit a goal of recruiting as well, use a 4-to-1 conversion, net 3 associates. Generally, those associates are probably going to be new to real estate, and drive attendance and active participation in Ignite and Bold. Now, this is what is really important about any of these roles. This is from the career visioning, that when we hire someone, if this is the person that we hire and this is the leader in the market center, that when we hire someone, no matter what it would be, whether it be an OP, a team leader, any role, even an agent that's coming in that's wanting to build their business, that we provide the support and the supervision for the person to be able to learn and do the job. And then at the time the person is learning and doing the job, you're seeing that their achievement and their training is moving up. So at a time when we get to this 45 or 60-day mark, and we move out here to 90 days, we see that this person has accepted the role and is doing their job at the highest level, versus the person that's the supervisor is now backed off and they don't have to be doing as much. Then that's when this person here is going to earn the right to have the job. But up until that time, that 90 days, we're not really turning that job over. We should not be turning that job over until we see that the person that wants that job has actually been able to do this. Many times we'll hire someone and they flatline. Like maybe at 30 days, you start to see a little improvement, but then maybe it just flatlines and continues to move across here. That means that they're not growing in this role. And then this person that's the supervisor possibly has made a wrong decision, and we don't have the person that's moving up in the role. And so that's when we need to make the decision to say, I probably hired the wrong person. I need to go out and find another talented person to do it. That's why the career visioning process is so important, to follow each step and to follow the process of the career visioning, so you don't falter and you don't find wrong people. Every once in a while, it doesn't work, but generally we can go back and say, oh, I can see why. This is what happened. This was a red flag. I knew that, but I passed it anyway. So usually if you do the career visioning process to the highest level, you're going to find the talent, or you're going to uncover in the first 30 days that it's not the right hire, and you're going to have an exit strategy to remove that person and go hire somebody else. So we're gonna talk about our KW value propositions now, and I'm going to show you where you can find some of these things. But these are our 15 KW value propositions that anyone that's looking for opportunity should be really operating or knowing at the highest level. So first of all is our books, our Millionaire Real Estate Investor and our MREA. What we're going to encourage is that you really master this MREA book, because again, if you want to be an operating principal, if you want to be a mega agent, if you want to be a team leader, if you want to be an MCA, you need to know this book. And then on the back side, you need to know the Millionaire Real Estate Investor, because our job is to build wealth for our associates. And so when we're building wealth for our associates, then we know that we're building a market center or a business that no one would want to leave. So it's really important that both of these are mastered. And then we also have for our shift, our flip, and our hold books as well. So these would all be investor books, and this one would be another book that I would encourage you guys to really learn, know, and understand. It's a component to the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, but in the sense that it teaches us in a shifting market, what are some of the things, the 13 tactics that we can do to be able to keep our business and grow. So I'm going to take you to where the website is. This is Keller Inc. And on here, you know, some of you said you want to learn about training or know where to go things or find things or whatever it might be. So this is the Keller Inc. side. And when you click on here, you're going to see that it takes you to all of our books. Okay. So you see all of the books that we've written or that Gary's written. And then when you click on one of them, like if I click on the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, you can scroll down here, you see all the components to it, the books and audio, subscriptions, posters. And then as you scroll down, you see there's the 192 tasks for Omega, the task list, the economic model exercise, the big why, the chart of account, the book club topics. Anything that you want is listed here. Same thing with, you go back to books and you go to Millionaire Real Estate Investor. One of the things I like about here is you actually have a PowerPoint investor workshop for clients. So there's an investor workshop presentation, a client workshop, and instructions for the workshop. Now, it may be a little bit, it may need to have some updated things to it, but all of the tools that are here, that if you wanted to hold a workshop for your clients, you have that availability as well. You can get One Thing books on here. Any of the books that Gary has written, you have access to any of those. So again, all of these here, even if you go to hold and you scroll down, all have component materials that go with all of each one of these. All right, so if I click out of here, hold on for a second, let me close this down. And we move over here to the next slide. We have our One Thing. And so when I click on the onething.com, hopefully that's going to work. Okay. This is going to take me to the One Thing website. Okay. Again, there's a lot of free stuff listed here. Webinars, where to shop, where to get the book, blogs, podcast, training. And when you scroll down here, you can see there's just a lot of things that are actually the latest podcast episodes, the One Thing, highlighted resources, 411, your GPS, your someday plan, your couples goal retreating, all kinds of things are listed on here. The 66-day challenge. Again, I can't tell you enough how much knowing this book and being able to reference this book will help you in your business career or your personal life. A lot of our 6 personal perspectives, which is one of the things that we've asked you to master, are listed in the One Thing book, you know, going from E to P, the 80-20 principle, extreme Pareto, all of those things are listed in the One Thing book. So these are all the tools that I'm sharing with you, that if you want to have opportunities in this company, the better that you are with the knowledge base of this, the more, well, I don't want to say the more opportunities you can have, but you'll be a better candidate for opportunities, I guess is the best way to put that. Now, going to technology.kw.com, this is a KW website. But it's where we talk about all of our technology. And so you can scroll down here, and any of the things that you've probably learned about technology or want to learn about technology, you can come here and gather data about it. I think this one here is the agent. So this one takes us to agent information. And it's updated pretty regularly, but at the same time, I would encourage you guys to go to Connect and get the latest updates on command. We have information here on the consumer site. Okay. Again, being able to take this to a listing presentation or being able to show your buyers or your sellers how our products work, I think is tremendous. And then, you know, if you're recruiting or trying to grow the company, these are just resources for you. It has team information here, how teams run on command. It has services now. So these are your easy buttons. So if you want to hit the easy button, it will share with you more information here. All of our professional services, onboarding services includes marketing services like for Facebook, lead generation, any of the things that you want to have done is all in a market. It's in the marketplace of command under professional services. And all of these services are available to you. And then again, join. Okay, so if you wanted to get a presentation about Keller Williams, this is where you would actually go, and you could load up one of these things, and it would be kind of like a presentation about joining Keller Williams. Yeah, I think it is. Okay. Oops. Oh, here it is. Yeah, join Keller Williams. And so this is basically what people would be able to see when they click here. And this gives you all the kind of like a little recruiting presentation. If you had people that were interested in Keller Williams, you could send them here to that join. The other thing is this Outfront magazine. If you're ever looking for Outfront magazine, this has got all the latest information about our company as well. The professional services, stories about some of our agents, stories about, we just had one of our great agents, Dan Greig, just was a finisher with Ironman. It just continues on. Videos, the live videos with Gary Keller, Meet the Megas agents that just joined us, featured products, empire building, think like a CEO, all of these things. So I like technology.kw.com because to me, it's just easy right at your fingertips to be able to go and find all the things. You know, when you click on headquarters too, it's kind of interesting because you can get all the media information and the press releases about our company. So if you ever want to know what's going on in our company, you can just click there and you can see all of our Q3 results are listed right here. And we have some pretty phenomenal results. We sell over $1 billion in real estate. I think we're we should finish out this year. I've got my numbers here at about 360. Right now we're sitting at 364 billion, and we should probably finish out the year at 400 billion. We've done over a million transactions. We're up 13% in those categories, and I think our profit share. I think Rick was on the call. It was like was it $16 million? I think we did in profit share this month. So we're going to be way over $1.5 billion in profit share. I mean, it's just unbelievable some of the things that we're doing. Okay.
I loved what Matt Teeter shared in terms of seconds. That if you take 1 million seconds, it's 11 days. And then we did 400 billion in volume. That's equivalent of 12,400 days in terms of the quantity. I mean, 1 billion is such a big number.
Oh, it's a big number. What did he say? Did he put something in the chat?
In the chat, yeah, he said from quantitative, if you look at 1 million seconds, that's 11 days. 1 billion seconds is 33 years. 400 billion seconds is 12,400 years.
Yeah.
When you think of holy cow, compared to 11 days, right? It's just
yeah.
I don't understand the massive number of 400 billion until you put a perspective of that.
It's huge, isn't it? It is huge. Now you can go to KW Connect as well. And this is where you're going to find a lot of your training. And KW Connect is being rebuilt, so to speak. Probably by the end of this year, I think you're going to see a new KW Connect coming out. So it's going to have a lot easier search fields for you to be able to work through. And let's see, sometimes I see a lot of times when you go on here to KW Connect, you still have to, or log on, you still have to come over here and log in. Sometimes it doesn't log me in. So if you see your face grayed out over there, you know that you're not logged in. So now what I want you to do is come over here to resources, and you see all the things that are available. But if you click on KWU in particular, and you click over here to KW opportunities, okay, anything that you kind of want to learn about the company is kind of available to you right here. So if you wanted to grow or fund, wealth building opportunities, lead, business ownership opportunities, it kind of tells you some of the things that are available to you. So if you wanted to be a KWU approved instructor, you'd click here, and then it would tell you all the things that you would need to do to become an approved KWU instructor. If you wanted to, I don't know, career development opportunities, that would be, you know, assistant, buyer's agent, any of those things, director of sales. Then here's some of the criteria for that. Okay. So I like this because it kind of gives you a direction of resources that you can utilize if that's the sort of thing you're looking for. Some of you were interested in becoming an approved trainer. So again, if you click here, you will kind of see here what the opportunities are to be able to become a KWU approved trainer, and then working through master faculty or any of the other things that you're looking to do. So that would be where this information is. But again, coming up here to resources and any of the things that you're interested in, if you click on it, there's a lot of information available. Or again, just go to KWU and then click this, whoops, missed it. I got into Keller Mortgage by mistake. Okay, here this opportunities, and then it can give you more definite direction as to where you could go and find more resources for any of those areas that you might be interested in. Then we have our KW North Florida site, and this is, Donnie's working on this, but I think we got it pretty good. We're probably going to be upgrading it a little bit as well. But if you're looking for our information on our region, if you come here to the regional calendar, you can click here, and it's not very full right now because we're working on the rest of our calendar, but you can see here like our opportunity classes here, Donnie's on the menu. So when you click there, this comes up, and then to click to register. So it gives you all the information on the Wealth Building Wednesdays. This is a KWRI class, and you click there to be able to join that. So you can see here that this is giving you, and as we have more, it'll get more filled. We're just not filling it up right now because we're working on our January calendar. Hold on. Over here is some of the buttons to take you to Command, to take you to the intranet, to take you to KW Connect directly, to take you to Outfront, KW Technology, and our headquarters directly. Most important is this YouTube here. This is your KWRI YouTube. This is our North Florida YouTube, and this is our KW Real Estate Training. When you look at our North Florida YouTube, it's quite full, actually, of a lot of great training events that we've had in the region. So some of my past opportunity sessions are listed here. Our leadership pipeline training has been listed here. Our on the menu classes that Donnie teaches are here. Our Learn to Shift with Omega, some of our sessions are listed here. Our Tech Hub, some of my recruiting videos and different things are all listed here. Shift with James Shaw. So we have a lot of our, so if you look at this, Learn to Shift, play all, wait, actually this is just our playlist. I'm sorry, you've got here all of our videos. So if you look here, you see we have a ton of videos on people that we've done, and then we've got our playlist here. That's just a little bit more organized and show people, you know, the different things that we have. So we've got our YouTube channel here, and then Keller Williams has, well, here, I'll just do it this way. KWRI has a channel. And so again, there's more classes here that Keller Williams, just things that they've done that you can come in and do research on. I mean, just a ton of information. And then the KW Real Estate channel, which is real estate training. You've got all of these classes here. So this is all in addition to KW Connect. So anything that anybody wants to, a listing presentation, a buyer presentation, how to overcome objective, anything that anybody wants, I can't believe that you would not be able to find it on one of these YouTube stations here to be able to help you with your business. Let's see. And then this is our command manual and your tech support and Keller Covered. So this is just a resource page for all of you to be able, and we're working on this here to be able to show our top performers in our market, in our region as well. Oops, I'm not sure if I said that. There we go. And then something that I just want you guys, we touched on it lightly, but there's two podcasts. One in particular is The One Thing, which is Jeff Woods, and he talks about an abundant areas of opportunity, but a lot of it is about mindset and knowing the one things that are important to you to be able to hit your goals. And then also Think Like a CEO. That's Gary Keller interviewing. It's Jay Papasan interviewing Gary, but a lot of really great wisdom on that as well. And actually, we are at the end of my little presentation. So tell me what you guys think. Rick, what did you think of that? Joe, what did you think of it? Was it informative to you? And it's just kind of like a little overview. It's not anything in depth because we only want to take about an hour or so to be able to answer people's questions. But what are your thoughts? And Kevin, maybe same thing from you.
Yeah, it's a great reminder. I opened up that technology.kw website. I think that's just, I had a recruiting referral I sent over to Cynthia today because a lady asked for a CRM. I just sent that to her. I said, here, take a look. I think that could just be spread out. There's a way to tell that story. So that's a new tool since I've left. And then it was just a reminder of the team is the opportunity. Everyone, not everyone, but I'm often asked, when are you hiring your next agent? And my response is always, when my business tells me to. I've got to earn the right to get that next one. I am on the opportunity track right now. I think it's important to stay in the know. So this is a great class to be refreshed with out front. Yet it's keep the course and keep doing the right things, surrounding yourself with the right people. And if you network in the right circles, then opportunity will come. And I believe that.
Yeah, absolutely. Kevin, what are your thoughts?
Oh, wow, that was a lot. Just now I see why you told me, hey, you need to be in my class if you want to be an investor. Yeah, it was a lot. It was great, very extremely informative. And I do have a question though. On your initial, I know you talked about the franchise fee would cost X, but you need like minimum between 150, 400. How often do people come to the table and say, look, I have $1 million cash. I don't need investors. Pardon?
Unless they follow them. It doesn't matter if they've got $1 million cash. I'm not looking for money. I'm looking for influence.
Gotcha. So you want the investors to come in like a Rick Bosley.
You don't have to have an investor group.
Okay. That's what I was asking.
Cash, but it doesn't matter. If you're not the right candidate, I still won't take you.
Gotcha.
Like,
okay.
I have a lot of people from title companies or mortgage companies or attorneys, and they say, I don't need investors. I don't need to go through all of this. I just want to have a Keller Williams franchise. And I go, well, I'm sorry, but you don't fit our model. You don't have the right behavioral style, number one. Number two, you're not a person of influence. So if you can go out there and find me 40 people that you can influence that are the right people, I'll go find them. It's like, no, you've got to go find them first. So it's not about the money, because the money will go away. The influence lasts forever.
Well, just remember, when it comes time, I'm Santa's favorite realtor, so I have good influence.
There you go. Well, you know what? How's your profit share tree doing?
Pardon?
How's your profit share tree doing?
Actually, this is my best profit share year. I was actually talking to Chris Baker today, consistently between $500 to $2,000 a month. And I was talking to Elena Sanchez today as well. And I told her, whatever I finish, I said, someone sign up today, and whatever I have today, by the end of the year, I want to make sure I double it by the end of 2021.
So remind me which market center you're in.
I'm in Lake Nona.
You're with Debbie, I thought, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. And Yeah, and so, yeah, just keep growing that and get with Debbie and get really, really purposeful on doing that. And then, doing all the other things that we talk about. You know what I mean? It's like I said, have you taken career visioning?
Yeah, twice.
Yeah. So just keep doing those things and let Lori and Debbie and, people like Rick and that are all tied into that, Lori's group, let
Right.
them know and then just keep growing and doing the things that you're doing. And this probably gives you a better idea of the intensity of it. It's not about being an investor and then wanting to get a big return on your investment. That's a benefit, but you actually have to contribute in order to make that happen.
Right.
Joe, what are your thoughts?
Yes, it's just refreshing to hear the opportunities that this company has. And to Kevin's point, profit share is the opportunity we all have immediately upon joining Keller Williams. But now that being in the agent role and doing that at a high level, now looking for more opportunities within our team, it's important to really understand what's out there for us as agents, mega agents, and team members.
Right.
In the future. Right. So looking forward to adding more people to our team.
Well, the other thing is that, like Rick mentioned, he likes his ROI, but to be honest with you, you either have to earn or you have to buy those shares, right? So if a share of stock, if you're going to be an investor of 2%, let's say, and those shares are $15,000 or $30,000. Now, let's just say if the market center spins off, I don't know, $300,000 in profit, and you had 2% of that, you could earn more in profit share than you could by investing $30,000 and getting a piece of the profits. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And to have a 10% ownership, you'd be investing $300,000. I'm sorry, no, what I say, if the shares of stock were 10,000, yeah, you'd be investing what? $100,000. Okay. And you might find that your profit share, if you had more agents in the profit share, you might find that you're earning more in profit share than you are in distributions of your shares, So it's a great way to be able to have investment opportunity without having to put up any money.
I think it's important. You had it on the very first slide, kind of the opportunity map for each of us to have a vision map that they teach in ESO, right? Of going, is it commercial, multifamily, single family, coaching business? What does it look like? To then you can almost go put a timeline next to it. Now we can't create when a timeline opens up for some things that require awarded, yet we can put a timeline for things like investment properties and profit share and growth of our own team. That's within our control.
Yeah,
so it's a good reminder to do that as well.
Those will eventually get you the other things, right?
Yep, for sure.
Awesome. What else can I help you guys with? So you think this is a good little, because I'm just continuing to work on it. So you think it's a good little session, Joe, Kevin, Norm, Robin, anybody, Daniel? Anybody?
I think every office's agent services coordinator should have a recording of this and make this part of orientation for new agents.
I would echo, like, I've known Rick since we met in 2016. And we'll hit $40 million in sales this week. And I'm just now here now, and I feel like I should have been here 4 years ago. I just bought my first investment property 2 or 3 months ago. That's no one at Keller Williams' fault. That's my fault for not doing it. For not going to more classes and having the opportunities. But I agree with Rick. When Rick speaks, I try to log in and listen, because I know that he's a lot younger than I am and he's been doing it right. And but we're playing catch up now, my wife and I, with our team, and it's like, man, we got to build our profit share. Wow, we got to be an investor. We need more investment properties. And so this was great, Georgia. I loved it. I'm glad I participated. I'll be here again when you do it again.
Well, come to I think I'm teaching profit share tomorrow, the next day. I don't remember, honestly. I think it's, I don't remember. I think it's, hold on, let me look at my calendar. I think it's Thursday. Let me look and see. No, it's,
Friday.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
I'm doing profit share and advanced profit share. So if you want to learn more, I'll be in that class, because I talk about profit share there.
Okay.
All right. And you know
Hey,
what?
Kevin, are you on ALC next year?
I'm not I couldn't attend the ALC clinic day because we're doing college tours with the oldest. And at the end of the day, I had to make a decision, and we were doing the day and then the makeup day were both
Well, get on the
college tour
growth
days.
committee. Go get on the growth committee.
I'll be on
So I
the
was gonna
growth committee.
suggest, I intend to be on growth committee chair, so we can partner together, because I'm working with Debbie a lot to help her with the R2s as well, so
Yeah, absolutely.
partner with that up.
So get on the growth chair. And then the other thing is, be sure that you attend all the meetings and things so you know what's going on, and just participate. Just participate at a really high level.
Yeah.
And get other people to participate. You know, if you've been behind, just say, look, don't get behind like me. So you can be a leader, an ALC leader, without being on the ALC.
Yeah, I love to teach. I mean, Rick knows I taught it when he was team leader at both Waterford and Oviedo. I love teaching. I love sharing what we do. But like this part, you know, the future, the retirement, the investment side is just something I never got into. But I agree with you 100%. So.
Best way for you to grow that is teach investment class, or get the MREA book and teach that in the market center.
I actually shared that with my wife the other day, that I said I would like, you know, those are the classes that no one wants to take, like the profit and loss statements. But I see more value in it as a 6-year veteran whose business has grown. But I also see, man, I wish I would have learned it in 2015, 2016, when my business jumped from 3 to 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can also do the MRA book club, which will really help you understand MRA at a higher level and help others learn it too.
That's awesome. That's a great idea.
We have those within the kellerinc.com section.
All right, guys. Well, it's my pleasure to be with you today. If you have any recommendations for this, let me know. By the way, if they do want to play these in the market center, these are on that website, or excuse me, on our YouTube channel, so they can just play them anytime they want.
All right. Thank you, Georgia.
Rick, you know what? One things that would be good is for you guys just to take that opportunity, you know, for the teams, and be able to show that to people in the market center, to show the opportunities on teams. Do you know what I mean? You gave me an idea that maybe I just need to do one for opportunities for teams that a team leader could show and say, you know, here's the opportunities that we have available in our market center for team growth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's a lot of when I shared with you and Ashley the training calendar I have. One of the questions, what is the org chart? Is like it's specifically deep diving into the growth and opportunity within the team.
Right.
I think that has always been a massive attractor to people who want to think big to come to Keller Williams.
Right.
And technology has taken the forefront, and I think it's important to not go away from making team building and leverage still a massive value for Keller Williams recruiting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks again for being on the call today. I appreciate it. Have a great week, everybody. If I don't see you,
guys.
holidays.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Georgia.
Thank you, guys.